everywhere, GBS.
Hi guys, karibuni sana. I'm here, I'm so excited. Obvious, leo ni Women's View and I know it's the program you always wait for, and I'm so excited that you're here with us because today we are going to go a further mile, you know, not like other days. So I'm your host Shiro Wangige, and today is a bit a magical day. Why? Because I feel I'm happy. I woke up with some energy with me. I don't know about you, but you have to tell me, by the way, how do you feel today? How have you been since the last time we met? Obvious, I miss you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Why? Because today we are going to talk about politics in women, something that I know you all love, because next month I'm talking about next week, but one ama ni 2 weeks tu tunaenda pale, tuna vote na tunarusha vitu nini zetu, we say our opinions, and that is why we want tukimalizia, unaona, tukifunga hiyo chapter, we are bringing women on board. Why? Because we want to know why women want to be in the government. How are they going to help us? And especially, how are we going to benefit from them being there? So that is why we are here today, and we are going to talk about this, not alone, obvious, with some guests with me, but I want you to keep up with this conversation. Involve yourself. Sitaki ukae tu alafu ufungie ako kama swali. Ask me anything I'm going to ask on your behalf, any concern you have, anything you want me to say. I'm your girl Shiro Wangige, and I know that I'm going to answer whatever questions you're going to ask. So I want you to stay tuned until the last minute. So send me your comments. Our social media handle at GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. So allow me now to invite our guests and let them, give them the chance of introducing themselves. You know, when women start vying, they have those titles. Zenye hata wanipe hivi niandike hivi kwa kitabu nitashindwa. But the way they produce the names, you even feel, ai huyo mimi lazima nitamgotia. So let me try it today with them. Wacha tusikie ni aje wao wanaitwa. Karibuni sana ladies.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much for being here, and you look wow.
Thank you.
So let's start from the further end. Tuambie wewe ni nani? My viewer would want to know, who are we having on board today?
All right, thank you. Good morning, world. My name is Veronica Mukami Kimani. Will be vying for member of National Assembly in Ruiru constituency under the Communist Party of Kenya ticket. I originate from Githurai, in specific keyword. I'm happy to be here, and I hope you have a fruitful discussion.
Wow, thank you. Feel at home.
Thank you.
This is always home. Yeah, karibu sana.
Thank you sana Shiro. My name is Grace Wambui Njoroge. Vying for member of county assembly from Ruiru constituency, the Tongora ward, with a ticket party CCK chama cha kazi. Yeah.
Umeona uingie huko kwa kazi.
Nimesidona niingie kwa chama cha kazi.
Yeah, karibuni sana huku ni nyumbani.
Thank
you. We always want to know, you know, it's women's view, and we like knowing the view of women, and now because it's politics everywhere, we breathe politics, we eat politics nowadays. We would want to know, as you know, tukifunga hii chapter, you need to tell us why we need those women there. You people, why do we need an MCA who is a woman pale kwa parliament? How are we going to benefit? But before we start on that, we would at least want to know what are, at least niambie responsibility kidogo ya MCA, ndio nijue nisiende kama mimi ninataka MCA niseme huyu MCA atanisaidia atanitengenezea barabara, na ikuwe sio kazi yake. Labda hiyo kazi ni ya MP, labda ni ya governor. What is your responsibility?
MCA, responsibility of an MCA, when you go to the county assembly, your role is not to make roads, your role is not to make electric, what we call them. Your role is not much more of an MP. Your role is to go to make bills, kutengeneza sheria katika county assembly that will benefit your ward. That is the role of the MCA. Although others come, they are being brought by the sharias that you make at the county assembly. And that is why I feel I'm more better off than a man to be in the county assembly to ensure that the roles that I'll present in the county assembly will benefit each and every person in my ward, including men who have been the MCAs in our ward, and actually we women, we've not benefited from what the men have been making in the bills in the county assembly. Yeah.
So you want to mean that you like the policy makers when you go there, and that one will direct on how the governor will work.
Sure.
So nyinyi muna governor afanya hivi anafanya. So without you guys, governor hawezi fanya
kazi.
And that is why we need a woman.
Yes.
Because
and a strong woman.
And a strong one, for sure. MP Vero, who is an MP? What are the responsibility? Tuguzie kidogo tujue. Ndio tukianza maswali zenye tunauliza tujue why are we asking and how we are going to ask them. Yeah.
All right. The member of parliament role is legislation and representation in the National Assembly. So many times the National Assembly does not have enough women, and that is very sad because it's the center of decision making. And on the ground we are a majority, but in decision making we are not represented. So this is the best opportunity if we find more women inside the parliament so that we can be able to take part in decision making. If you're not in decision making, you are in the menu of oppression, exploitation. Yes.
So unataka kumaanisha Grace as an MCA and make the policies, and now you are representing us in that. Unatusaidia to make the decisions and kupeleka the voice of a woman in the parliament. Wow. And why you? You know, you're so young. Najua, that's the next question that my viewer is going to ask me. You have a very young person there. I don't want to ask you how old you are, but why you? And as young as you are, why did you feel sasa Veronica atasimama, not as any other person but an MP? Yeah.
First, I think the law says that you can vote at 18. So if you are allowed by the Constitution to vote at 18, it means you can also run for any seat at 18 years old. Because if you understand what is voting, you understand what is leadership. So it's an old tradition of Kenya saying that leadership can only start at 40, but I'm encouraging all Kenyans to think of a youthful leadership for Kenya. Yeah, because the young generation has an energy, has information, and once they stay united with trust and cooperation, we can go ahead.
Na hatutavuta bangi.
Hiyo tunakemea kabisa.
Hiyo tunakemea
kama wamama tunakemea kabisa.
Sasa hiyo party ya bangi, I'm not saying about Wajakoya and all that thing. You know, they have always said the stereotype that men make better decisions. I want you to talk on that and comment something.
I'm against that. Being a woman and being a mother, and more so a single mother. Actually, men don't make the best decision. Women make the best decision. Because I've been telling my people, a woman also have a second thought. Because a woman in the house is the manager.
Sure.
Like for instance, when you go to a couple house, a husband moves out, leaves the money, like 200. Then a woman with this economy and buying unga at 230, you will find the woman will manage the 200 to ensure the children will have the breakfast, to ensure the children will have the lunch, to ensure the children will have even the supper. Even the husband himself will come and get the supper with the 200 that he left. And you also ensure that a woman will also have some shares that she will keep
How?
for herself,
Wow.
for chamas. That is why we are saying in this Kenya, we need women in leadership because we are managers. For one, we are managers.
Very good
and
manager.
we can manage. And that is why a husband cannot stay alone, but a woman can stay alone for many years. Yeah.
Hiyo inaniguza mahali. Umesikia hiyo part? Na ndio maana hao watu wanaoa sana.
Au zikasingo
Si wachapi huyo. Ajua sasa kwa shiro sasa hapo au usiseme hivyo, but anyway she has a point to prove that we need those two people.
Yes.
Si vile sasa we are long gone are the days where we used to have men in leadership. Unaingia parliament and the only thing inanuka huko ni Nivea ya men.
We want to change that.
We need to change that.
And we are reducing them, by the way. We are reducing men in leadership. We want them to stay at home. They wait for us. We show them how we work.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Awata tu nini?
Hapana.
Tutawapata na matawi kwa barabara.
Kwa sababu they don't think beyond the cocoon of manship and the headship they think they have. But we women, we think beyond our boxes. Because I have to think about tomorrow. A man can see just today. Me, I'll see about tomorrow. If you come to me today and you tell me, Mama Fulani, I don't have this and this, I'll make sure I'll give you the share of what I have in my cupboard. But for a man can go hungry the whole day without talking to a woman, without talking to any other person, sharing. We women, we share a lot, and that is why we survive so much. Currently, you can see men are dying because they don't talk. But we talk.
Coming on to that, I think I would want to know from Veronica, like, what are the challenges you saw in the leadership, or rather at your constituency that you're vying, that made you feel like, mimi nitaenda kujaza hii gap. Women are treated not right. This is what I would want, and I want my people to trust me in that. Yeah.
What made me think that I should go for the seat is because once I'm going to be the member of parliament, I'll be representing first the people of Ruiru, and then second I'll be representing the youth and the women. So the youth and women seem to be made look like the minority, but in actual reality we are the majority. So from that background, I think the majority should be represented well, not like how it has been, that we are underrepresented. Yet we are the majority. Yes.
Yeah. So kuna hii maneno ya campaign huwa inakuwa mingi sana. Tumezoea ile campaign ya kupewa vitu, pesa, unga. But nowadays Kenyans are becoming very wise. I saw wamerudisha a full truck yenye imejazwa unga. And they said, munapandisha unga ndio mutulete unga. You know. Mutulete unga badala ya mshukishe unga niweze kununua unga. Umelewa? And I thought that is very thoughtful, because before we used to we used to vote because of ile unono yenye umekuja nayo. Now this brings me here. How is our campaigns nowadays to your side? How is it difficult? How do you get enough resources that you need? And is there room for a person who has all these ideas but hana hiyo, hiyo mvumo ya pesa, matracks, manini, ukipita tunakusikia? Is there room for that?
Yeah, there is a role for that. Getting back a little bit. I'm a social worker. I deal with people each and every day. I work with Kengara Foundation as a social worker. And what I do there, I just listen to problems, assist and everything. Just like right now, those ungas that are being brought, they are being brought to intimidate people like us who we don't have money to do the campaigns. And you see now they are taking advantage of a poor Wanjiko who cannot afford that unga in a day. So you'll find you are here speaking to your people, and then after a few minutes they hear there is a lorry of unga there. They run to get that unga per day for that day.
Yeah.
But later you ask your people, is it good for you to get a packet of unga. What are you considering? Good leadership or a stomach for a day? Because today you get that packet of unga, tomorrow you are not going to get it. Are we going to suffer for the rest of 5 years because we sold our humanity to a packet of one unga? Then for 5 years you suffer. Where are we right now? I think for us it is a challenge, we as women, because financially we are so down. We've not even gotten sponsor, because when you say you are vying, everybody thinks you are rich.
Of course, because na lazima mtatununulia chai. Wameguza pale ndipo sana. We think these people are rich. And that is how we have been raised to know politicians. If you are vying even hata kama ni MCA, uwezi niambia una kitu. Grace,
now we are breaking the protocol.
Kujitetea hapa ati kwa sababu me and my team here, hata kama sisi sio wa Ruiru. Ama aje teams, viewer, ninachukua yako.
We are breaking the protocol now.
Yeah.
We want to show our people that even people without money can lead.
Wow. So hold on to that, because I want us to take a very short break and come to ski ama ni ukweli, because we always know people as vying, they have a lot of money to give us. So let us tuende break, and then tukirudi tusikie ama Grace anatuambia ukweli, because for sure we need to.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, my viewer, and thank you so much for tuning in until now, because I've seen your comments and they are just the best, because naona muna follow, tuna flow pamoja, and the questions that you have in mind are still the ones that I have, only that you have to write to me for me to remember. Thank you so much. Today we are talking about women in politics, and why? Because we have seen very many women vying for seats, and we want to know how is their nature and life outside there, in environment ya uko ikoaje, and why we need also these women to be in leadership, because as also men we need to support these women, because it's not a matter of being a woman or a man, it's the matter of what are you bringing to the society. So having said that, we had gone for that short break, and we were talking about these people. You know, how do we know politicians? We know them as people who have money, but these people are telling us we are now breaking the norm, because it's not a must for you to have money. As long as you have what it takes to go there and support this good government and support your people, you are good to go. So I want you to keep up with this conversation. Our social media at GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. With me I have Grace, who is an aspirant for MCA Ruiru constituency. I also have Veronica, who is also an MPA aspirant Ruiru constituency. So Ruiru well represented. Na watu wenye wanatuma nini hapa ni watu wa Ruiru, by the way. So tutawasomea, because sitaki nianze kusoma comments before to note hii kitu. Umetuambia ati si lazima ati ukue na pesa ndio uweze kuvai. Tell us sasa, mimi hata sina swali ya kuuliza. Tuambie hiyo environment na how nyinyi mna manage.
The reason why I'm saying we have to break the protocol of people with money to get the positions, it is because, like for instance, in my ward, I'm vying with 2 people who are very rich. He's a person who can hire around 20 ladies in a day to go and campaign for him, and me as Grace, I cannot manage that. What I'm telling our people, we've suffered for so many years, because when this person is spending his money for 5 years with that position, he is going to recover all his wealth, because he has not been working for you. He has been working for him and his family. So don't expect much from that person who is giving you handouts.
Wow. Veronica, how is that? How is campaigning on your side right now?
I agree with what my friend Wamboi has said, that commercialization and tokenism in politics affects us young leaders and us newcomers in politics. Yeah, because when you go to ask for votes, you are asked that, what are you going to buy for me? You know, where is the t-shirt? Iko wapi unga? Yes, we understand that people are hungry, but that's why we are vying for this seat, so that we can see how we can get food for everyone. We can bring money back to our pockets. So that's why I think young people shy away from coming to politics, because the tradition has been the one who has the highest money is the
gets the seat. Yeah, of course, because they are bringing something. So you as Veronica, how do you campaign for yourself? Do you have these big lorries and dancers? Oh my God. Talking of dancers, jana nilikuwa napita mahali. Mimi niko tu vizuri sana, naenda shughuli zangu. Naenda napata mahali kuna jam, sitasema ni wapi. Oh my God. And what do I see? Very beautiful ladies kule juu kwa magari. And how they are dancing. No. Politicians, stop spoiling our beautiful ladies. Sasa yule ni mtu atapata sera, sijui zinaitwa nini hizo vitu za government. Umemweka hapo amedance for a whole day, umpe dhao. And then, you know, I felt so bad for that girl who still has some personality to keep for herself, you know, and akona class pia. So I felt so bad. Like, is this the only way you can attract us, get our attentions, and get us to listen to you, just because you brought 2 beautiful ladies almost naked and dancing those easy dances?
They are called warembos.
Oh my
you
God!
You cannot work without warembos.
Sasa hapa wewe una campaign ajiju kama ni hivyo tuachie tu hapa. Please, una spoil to girls to baya sana. How are you campaigning?
My campaign is a money-free campaign. I have no tokens to give people because the youth are young and broke.
Yeah.
So I'm not
In
an
Kenya.
exemption. Yeah.
In Kenya.
Yes. So I am not an exemption. So what we are trying to do and bring that culture is a culture of money-free campaigns. Let your ideas sell, not your money selling you. Yes, so it has been a challenge because even the associations and organizations that have been present, once we try to reach them out to fund our campaigns, not for tokens, but for a little branding, because branding goes a long way in mass organizing.
Yes.
So even that has been a challenge. Myself, I don't have any stickers, I don't have any banners, and I do door-to-door. Yeah, however, you can get well-wishers from your constituency. For example, I found a very good man who helped me with a small car that I can move around because my constituency is very big and door-to-door
is a bit challenging.
Yeah. So yes, I'm doing door-to-door, but from one place to another one, I move using a car. So from here to another place, I stop. Yeah, because the constituency is very big. Yeah, so I think if organizations and associations will have been keen on investing on the women who are vying right now, if they are really into women in leadership, we will have found more women into the different positions of leadership. Because also when I'm on ground, because of how politicians have been working as businessmen, the men also are tired. They say there's no need of giving a man a more chance. Not that a man and man hate each other, but they understand how a man thinks. He thinks in terms of hierarchy, and a woman is more about love and feeling. So that's why I think woman leadership can be the liberation of both men and women. And we are working side by side with our men and a woman. Yeah, the slavery of a woman is also the slavery of a man. The liberation of a woman is the liberation of a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have my vote.
Thank you.
If this is how you are going around telling people, and people have, they are listening, their ears are open, they can now understand why we need a money-free campaign. Grace, sisi tumezoea kama tuseme ukiingia kwa basi, alafu unapata kuna yule pasta. Anahubiri, anatushitisha sadaka. Unapata tena ukitembea hivi kwa barabara kwa street, mtu tu amesimama mahali ameamua kupea watu neno la Mungu. Is the money free campaign the same? Ama mko na tupesa kidogo mume?
Hatuna pesa.
How do you do yours?
We don't have money. For one, you have to believe in yourself and you need to have confidence. Because of the challenges that we face at the ground level, I've told you I'm a social worker. So majority of people I listen their problems, these are the problems can be solved directly by the MCA. Like for instance, a bursary of a school fees of an orphan child in the community, it's being brought to us in the foundation, yet the MCA has funds, but he cannot work on that because he has other priorities of himself. That is why we feel we need to train our people. Leadership is not about money. Leadership is about thinking and seeing beyond your nose. Because if you don't see beyond your nose, you'll campaign, you'll expect Grace to give you money. Grace doesn't have money. What Grace has is the literal salary that I get from my boss. It's for my rent, it's for my children, it's for my tomorrow. If I go around giving people whatever I have, then they will say, this one is not a leader. Ona kwake kumeanza kuanguka. This one is not a leader. Ona vile watoto wamerarukiwa. And a woman has to start at the Jerusalem. That is what the Bible says. Start from the Jerusalem when you go out. If I stand in front of you and I sell my manifesto, I tell you, when I'll be your MCA, I'll be able to represent my ward. I'll be able to ensure all the children who are vulnerable, they get whatever they are supposed to do. I'll ensure hiyo bangi yenye tunaambiwa imeisha. I'll ensure wamama wamepata pesa. I'll ensure all those things. Give people good promises.
Yes.
Don't give people money that you have in your pocket and then after 5 years unajirudishia pesa zako.
Unarudisha.
Tutaerevuka lini? Sisi wa mama tutaerevuka lini? I'm telling women it is our time to stand, take the chance, take the risk, because right now we are risking ourselves. Take the risk, stand in the gap. Make sure you change and you change everything in your ward, in your constituency. Let the people see what a woman can do. And I'm happy like right now, our candidates, our presidential candidates, 3 of them have picked women. Why? Because they know a woman is everything in the society. And as the saying says, behind every successful man, there is a woman. So we want to be the women who are going to make our wards and our constituency very successful. Actually, if people can start saying whatever we have in our minds.
I think for whatever reason, it's always good to have that that mind of having a money-free campaign where we could now open our ears and listen to every person who wants to vie for a seat. And then when we compare, because mimi kitu huwa naona tu na hawa watu sisemi ni vibaya, but when they speak, they just say bad things about the other, the fellow aspirant. Anasema hivi, mimi nitafanya hivi. Anasema hivi, like this person does not have anything, you know, they are just beating around the bush, ndio waende. Lakini kuna hii kitu ya tunapea ma politician viti vizuri sana. Then our politician, it's a question yenye nimeulizwa hapa, it's a bit ameiandika vizuri, so I'm just going to phrase it vizuri. You know, tukimpea mko hapa tunawaona, like sahi kama kuna kitu rais unaweza unataka kuonana na deputy, endeni tu mtapatana na yeye mahali. By the way, unataka kuonana na governor, this time is very easy to see them, even for them to listen to you. Wait until hiyo siku sasa. Tumeambiwa fulani amepita, Grace amepita, Veronica ako huko ndani. We do not even remember your faces on the ground. Tuona tu huko mkiongea kwa parliament muongezewe mshahara na hamujaanza hata hamujaanza kazi. Is that what we are expecting from you people? Veronica.
For my case, if the voters in Ruiru constituency give me their confidence and vote for me in, I believe in something called public participation and good leadership. So there is no way we can ensure there is public participation when I'm not on ground. So the only reason why I want to be an MP is to work for the people. I have no other interest, and you'll see me more on ground. Before you come to my office, I'll already have reached you. Also, another thing that I have observed, that from that commercializing election, it has an hangover past elections. So sometimes if you find mtu anapandisha kio kwa sababu anajua lazima ataitishwa pesa. Yeah, so pia the reason why I think the previous leaders don't come back on ground is because you know, sasa washajua nimepata kiti. Bado ile kununua chai utanunua. Na unaona there is no kiti of kununua chai. Yeah, so sometimes that running away is running away from the demanding people. The demanding.
And then why do they have to give us chai if you know you are not going to give us chai anymore, and you are going to run away from us just because you don't want to give us chai? Si mkuja basi mtuambie kenye mtatufanyia to decide nani atakai. It's very bad that the actions you do will also make you want to run away from the world. Yeah, so
to add on whatever Mukami has said, I've been in community service for more than 10 years. And I've come to learn something. Because we elect people who don't have heart for the community, that is why they disappear. But if you choose a person like me, who have been in the community direct, I run 24/7, and actually one of my hashtag is service beyond self. I've been serving in the children department as a VCO. So whenever there is a case of a child, they know Wambui wa watoto. I've been serving in the community, in the social department of the elderly. and PWDs. Whenever there's an old granny who has never gotten her cash transfer ama Inua Jamii, Wambui, pesa ya wazee iko wapi? I've been running fighting against the drugs. Wambui, kuna pombe mahali fulani, kuja. I've worked with the chief, with the area chief, in the Department of Social and Gender Issues. I've been fighting so much for the right of women and right of... So I do understand what the community needs, and I'm not a person who will shy away from my community because I understand. I've been in their shoes. I know what they go through. So I'm saying we need to break that order. Unachagua mtu akajisaidie. Chagua mtu akusaidie na mwenye anaelewa zaidi what the community needs, the challenges our community faces, the challenges, how we can beat the challenges within. Because if you elect an MP or an MCA who does not own you in the heart, there's nowhere you are going. We need to change. We need to change. We need to understand.
Do you receive resistance from men, and how do you deal with that? Sahi bado wakati mko kwa ground, because I think hii ground inawafunza vile parliament kutakuwa.
Men are the best supporting women. As the saying say, women are
enemies to
themselves. Men are the best. Actually, I'm counting many votes from men and few from women, although they are going to change. I know they are going to change because I'm telling them it is time. We women, we need to embrace one another and we feel the leadership as the men feels.
Unajua watu tunasema ukienda kwa ofisi upate mwanamke na unafanya interview, wewe jua tu ulishaanguka kitambo.
Because women are to be jealous.
Unakuja umegonga kladi vizuri, alafu unakaa ni kama unakaa kitu hivi. My dear, do not even give the CV. That's what they say. Isn't it, Veronica?
Yes.
So what about you?
First, I think women have a potential in organizing. There's actually a strength in women in organizing. That's why you can hear Wambui say that the people who are there, who are giving tokens, are getting the key women. So what we can do is change the character of that strength. Instead of being manipulated, we actually work towards our own common good as women. Not we are being used or deliberately, manipulated to serve the men. So let's change the character of our organizing. Already we have that strength. Because it's true, when women say that we are going to come out a good turnover and vote, and we vote for a woman, that woman is going to automatically pass. Yeah, but we have to rethink about how we package our organizing. Yeah, because even in churches we see women are the ones who go to church very much.
Na ndio mabishop wanagongesha ile wimbo ya kusifu. Anyway, I want to cut you short because I want us to take a very short break. And what I believe I'm getting from these women is now we are in a world that is changing, and we need to change with time, because we don't need to be in those old days. Why? Because old days, there's a clip and I'll come and explain vizuri about how wazungu sisi kwanza. Kuna mtu alimention Kenya kabisa. Yeah, and how women vote. Aki nilisikia ni kama ninaweza tu book ticket niende nimwambie on her eye, women from Kenya we have voice. We can now talk. But it's good how you people are bringing this openly, that it's not about a woman to stay in the house and wait upon. We can still go outside there, talk something, tulete agenda zetu very clear, and we also lead in a very good leadership. So I think also women, we need to start supporting these people, not because they are women or because they have something that we need to hear from, something that we need to be taken in the parliament that nobody else can take, not even a man. So I don't know about you, but I'm really rethinking and thinking, how about when we one day have a parliament that is full of women and a quarter of men? I'm not fighting against men, I support men. So let us take a very short break, and then we come back to our watu watamalizia aje. So thank you.
Everywhere, GBS.
Thank you so much, my viewer, and thank you so much for even how you're commenting and how you're showing me support on all our social media handles. Naona zinafanya tu hivi. It's because I know you people are following this show and you're feeling it. And the questions are very many. I'm going to ask some few. We are here still discussing about women in politics. I'm joined with Veronica and Grace, and they've been taking us through so well. Si unajua mahali huwa tunapatana kwa comments. If there's anything you want us to malizie nayo, our social media at GBS TV Africa, our SMS line is 21144. So I'm so excited about how you're laying issues so openly, and it's even the best way, and that is why we always have women's view. But before that, there's a person who is asking about the power that comes from choosing a chama, you know, and is there any kunakuwa na favoring hii chama ni mzuri kuliko hii, umeelewa? And how did you even settle in choosing that chama?
Okay, for the selection of the political parties, it depends.
Kidogo. Yes.
For the selection of the political parties, it depends with you. You have a passion in politics, and who is your role model in politics, so you may opt to go with that party. What are the benefits of that party at the ground level? Is it a party that is famous, or is it a party that will let you down? Like for instance, in Kenya today, in Kenyan politics, we have two coalitions, the Kenya Kwanza and we have the Azimio. So you weigh yourself in between the two. Which are my people going to buy? Like for instance, where I come from, there are some parties that people cannot allow you to stand in front of them and tell them what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And another issue is a political party is just like a bus that you enter, you travel to ensure that you reach in your destination, and you have to select the best political party. Me, I chose the CCK, Chama cha Kazi, na pesa mfukoni. My party boss leader is Moses Kuria. He's so strong. I love the energy he has in the party, in the politics of this nation, and that is why I opted to divert in that. Because in other parties, I don't want to mention them, soliciting of cash and money. Yes.
Okay.
So without
Lazima mfuko ikuwe na kitu.
Yeah, without money you didn't get the certificate of nomination. But for me, I was given free. And I thank my political party for issuing me that. As a woman, we are 8 in rural constituency, 7 men and 1 lady for the CCK, and I believe I'm going to pursue that, and I have it to the county assembly.
Wow, that's nice. What about Veronica?
I have been a member of the Communist Party of Kenya since 2018. So getting the party ticket, having served as a mass mobilizer in both the Young Communist League and the Women League, it was a walk in the path. Yeah, however, we understand party politics, and it is discriminatory, especially for big political parties. They tend to make women not have a priority. They're not given certificates. But for my case, the leadership of the Communist Party of Kenya is very upright. We are an ideological party, so we don't think about how much money you're coming in with. We are thinking about, do you have the ideology of change? Yeah, so I have no complaint, and kudos to the Communist Party of Kenya for being upright.
Yeah. And do you get support from the chamas? Kama yako sasa, do you get support? Do you get funding? Do they support you? Wao wanawapeleka training ya kuwafunza how to do campaigns, like those things.
Yeah, the party has trained me to do campaigns. However, the small parties don't have a good financial muscle. So it's been difficult for them to fund us. However, because of our vision and our urge to change the community, it doesn't stop us from moving on. Yeah, because once you say, no, because the party is not funding me, I'm not going to continue with my candidature, it means you are not keen, you are not sincere, and you are not a genuine leader. Yeah, so despite that challenge, we still move on. Yeah, and the parties are also still encouraging us that yes, we don't have money, but let's try to have a money-free campaign. However, other organizations and the parties, if they had a good financial base, it could be a successful victory for us who are
because of time, time is really not on our side. As you also tell us whether they fund yes or no, you also give us the last words, you know, because we enjoy so much having this show with people like you, because we know that with you we can get the opinions that are so much like ours. So tell us whether they usually fund, and give us your last opinions.
Okay, in my party, Chama cha Kazi, it's a very new party, meaning that having funds, it's a challenge also to the party. What our boss does, like for instance, yesterday, he gave me a vehicle to market myself, fueled with a DJ and nice machines. I do my branding salon. And also, I support myself, and also I have to support the party for now. I have to support my party to ensure it wins, so that next time we are going to be funded by the political parties fund. So if we don't support our parties, we are not going to get political funds. So we have to support even our party to ensure that next time we get the funds. And also you have to be very passionate about politics, because you vie for your political party to support you, you are going to be disappointed, and you are not going to hit your goal. So it's just like that.
So tuambie kitu ya mwisho kama MCA aspirant wa Ruiru constituency, ulisema Gatongora ward, area ya Kamakis bypass. For my voters in Gatongora ward, we are 14,000 voters, and we have 11 aspirants, candidates, wenye tunatafuta kiti. Mine is to let us change. Let us change from the men leadership to a woman leadership. And for sure, I want to tell my people they are not going to regret. I'm just requesting for a position of 5 years. And then after 5 years, they are going to wait. Now, is this the woman leadership that we wanted, or is it the men leadership that they wanted? But I'm telling you, if after 5 years, if I get this position, I'm going to vie for the MP in Gatongora constituency, because we have a new ward. So for 5 years, lady. For 5 years, a lady for the MP. Amen. A lady for... Munasikia hiyo? Karibu nianze campaign. Yay! Na vile siwezi dance. Yeah, Veronica.
To all rural residents, I'm hereby requesting that you vote for Veronica Mukami as your next MP. Let's vote for change. Let's vote for Mukami. Let's vote for youthful leadership. And let's vote for the Communist Party of Kenya.
Hallelujah. Oh, am I supposed to say that? Anyway, thank you so much, viewer. You've seen these ladies. They've been wonderful, and you know, they've taken us through any question that we would have had in our mind. And I'm so glad that now we are embracing the woman. We are embracing her, even taking her to the government, and that is why they are here. And I know you guys are going to vote for them, because our watu, when you vote for them, you will see a change. You will never regret. I'm telling it to you. You just try, women. So thank you so much for tuning in until now. We are going to end our show here. I know we would have taken the whole time, but allow us to end our show here. I have been your host, Shiro Wangigi. Until next time, bye-bye.